We learn by example, we change by decision, we move forward with intention.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. Sometimes I read things from my own book and I don't remember them at all because a lot of it just comes in. It just was very, very fluid experience. But, we certainly learn by example. We're set up that way as beings, we grow up, we learn to walk, we see our parents walk and we see them eating a certain way. We learn everything by those around us as an example for quite a long time. The thing is, the next one is trickier. We change by decision, right? That's a little trickier because you have to be conscious to make a decision. But we have moments where life sometimes pushes, there's something happens in life and we go, we make this decision. We get this impulse, this very strong impulse that we have to make a decision. And we can all find those periods of time in our life where we made really important decisions. My husband is a filmmaker. He was a director and he was a teacher at USC. And this is one of the first things he would ask his class to, identify a decision that they made in their life that was life-changing, that moved them in a new direction. So we all, and they love it, and they come up with these things. And then he shows them how this is a great seed for a film, is because these are, they happen from your heart. I need to make a decision here. They're big. They're conscious. We move forward. The intention is the practice, We are all really worried, waste a lot of time on worrying what other people think of us. I did anyway. And if you're an actor, actress are like, do they like me? Do they not like me? What do I have to do to get this job? How do I have to act to get this job? That's the problem, that they kind of hear the part in their head and then they go into the audition and they deliver this part that they hear in their head that came from the words on the page. And having been on both sides of that experience, I can tell you that 90% of the actors who come in, they don't even come in anymore, they have to film it, but 90% of the actors who came in for an audition would give the same audition. It all sounded the same way. It came off the page and hit their ear in the same way. So intention is everything. When you move forward with intention, an actor moves forward like, I hear that. I hear the call of the wild. I hear the words. I hear how it seems like it wants to be played. But I'm going to intentionally ask some questions here. What could this be? What could be going on? What could he be thinking? What could he be responding to? What could he want? What could is the question. And then you repeat those questions. That's the intentionality in art, in acting. That's the intentionality. What could it be? I want to discover something that rings true in my own heart so that I can make a discovery, because without discovery, it's not yours. But I made this discovery. Now I want to play this. Now I have something to offer that comes from me and nobody else. It doesn't come from my thinking of what I heard when I read the words. It comes from a discovery. I asked some questions. I discovered this thing. Oh, I can give it that. I can give myself to that. So intentionality, I intend to live a life where I'm connected to myself. I intend to live a life with a certain amount of stillness in it so I can listen to the environment and to what's outside of myself. I intend to be kind, so I'm going to practice that. I intend to help others, so I'm going to make a list of things that I can contribute to. I intend to contribute. I tell actors and others in the book, because we're now taking that to other people who want to live a more intentional life. What are your intentions? You have to look at your intentions. When you make a decision, ask yourself, how does this contribute? If your intention is to contribute as a human being to help lift the planet up a little bit, then with your decisions, you ask yourself, how does this contribute? Does this contribute? Does this thing that I'm doing contribute to my health, to my family, to my community, to the world at large? Does it contribute? That's a great, great intention, is to walk forward with asking yourself, I want to contribute. How do I contribute? How do I make the right decisions? How do I become the best person I can be? It's that simple. Imagine if we were taught as little children, your job is to become the best person you can be. Not your job is to learn what date the, war of two savages happened. I can't even think of the wars. You know what I mean? That doesn't stick. Doesn't stick. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. What we need are people. There's something magic about autonomy. Autonomy is being able to move forward with self. And that happens because you have gotten to a place in your life where you say, I trust my intentions. I've been intentional enough to know that I trust my intentions. So I can't really I'm not going to spend time worrying about whether somebody likes me or not, because my intentions are correct. I intend as a teacher to see the best in every student. In life, could I say I like this one better than that one? Maybe. But as a teacher, no. There's no I like him, I don't like him. He's in the room. He's come to me for help. I intend to listen. I intend to help as best as I can. I intend to help them be as good as they can be. So this intentionality is really the way to move forward in life. But you have to know in what direction. You have to have the questions before that, which is, what do I want to do, And then, does it contribute? And then I'm going to intend to live a life. And now my choices does this intention help that along, or does this intention not help that along? I'm going to always choose the path that helps along my desire to be the best human being I can be. If I had another life, I would have a school. I would have a school. I would teach people from a very young age to, what is it you want to do, and how to become the best people that they can be. Isn't that it's pretty simple? Isn't that what it should be all about? I think that's pretty simple.
So many things I want to talk about here, but I know you said in the book that you loved acting, but you didn't like the job of acting. And the auditions and maybe the rejection. But you knew you wanted to help people. You felt you did have a calling as a teacher. What if you have students that come in and they say, you know what, my intention is pretty pure and clear, and I want to make projects or be part of projects that, expose the greater good or enable people to see things in a new light. But they're hitting like a roadblock and they don't know why. So their intention seems pretty pure. It's not just to have a certain amount of followers or whatever. That'd be nice, but they're hitting this roadblock. What do you tell them? Maybe they're not booking roles. Maybe the cast that they got together, it fell apart.
Yeah, there's no real one answer to that because there's so many different ways it could be blocked. What you're talking about is I have an intention. I think the intention is, a valuable intention. I've lined certain things up behind it, and I'm blocked. It's not working. So, in that case, you have to look at holistically at the actor. How is their thinking? Are they really entertaining a lot of negative thinking, a lot of self-judgment? Do they have a perfectionism syndrome? There's a lot of different ways to, even though your intention is pure, you have to clear up some bad personal habits of presentation. It could be that, you know what I mean? But the basis is to give them the tools to examine things very clearly. And, they want help. So, if you ask things like, are you judgmental? Are you hard on you? Oh, yeah, I'm really hard on myself. Or, I say, are you hard on others? No, I'm not so hard on others. I'm just hard on myself. It makes me better. They think it makes them better. It doesn't make you any better. It's just judgment. And by the way, I always tell them hard on self, hard on others, hand in hand. So you may recognize one more than the other. But I'm sorry to tell you, you're judging yourself, you're judging others. And exactly nothing will come of that except some false, slightly stomach-turning sense of false security.